Let's see if anybody pops on. I know it's supper time. Supper time. So I just thought I'd pop on because it was my supper time, so I'm taking you with me. Got well, there was 4 avocados, but you know the old saying, 2 hours. There's a time frame of 2 hours. And if you don't get them in that 2 hours, 2 hours before, 2 hours after, either not ready or too ripe. So I ended up with probably the amount which amounts to maybe 2 good-sized avocados in here. I'm just going to make a quick guacamole because I have leftovers of my enchilada beef that I made the other night. I'm going to use my handy-dandy meat separator to mash them up a little bit before I add anything else. So I'm using I know it's backward and I have it that way specifically. Say hello if you're here. Let me know that you're watching. I specifically have it front facing the camera so that I can read if anybody makes comments. So I know it's backwards, but this is our amazing guacamole seasoning that is tasty in everything. Eggs, over potatoes with veggies, guacamole, delicious. So I'm going to take my 4-in-1 spice spoon. Hey Dina, how's it going? We're making guac. I'm just going to do 1 tablespoon of the seasoning. I feel like that's enough. I'm going to make burritos, but obviously I'm probably not going to have this right away because I want the herbs and spices to rehydrate, right? So I'm going to mash them up a little bit more. I don't like my guac like super creamy mashed. Oh, I like it creamy, but I still like some chunks in it is what I'm getting at. So I'm just going to give it another little thing. And I'm also someone, I use a lot of lemons and limes, and of course every time I want to do a live, I don't have any. So, let me get this guy open. Usually I like to put lime in my, my guac. This says a splash of lime. I'm going to do a splash of lemon. A little bit of lemon. Always nice. You can add some extra garlic if you want. Move this out of the way. Extra garlic's always nice. And my thing that I like to do is if I just have like a fresh tomato, or a few cherry tomatoes, I'll chop them up and throw it in. I like a bit of tomato. But because I made bruschetta, I'm using up. I like to be frugal, so I'm just going to take some of my tomatoes that I made for the bruschetta. There it is in my prep bowl. Yes, Dina, guac is always good. Isn't it always welcome, right? So a couple of spoons of that. But like I said, you can add just fresh tomato if you like. You can add like salsa also, of course. But that's what I have, and so that's what I'm using. So I'm going to mix that up. And then I'm going to put just a couple of teaspoons of sour cream because that's how I like it. So just a couple of teaspoons to put in there. And we're done with that. All done with that. So I'll wipe my hands off. All right, and our guac is, I'm going to say pretty much, I'm going to switch over to my 3-in-1 spatula. And then I'm going to show you how I build a burrito. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for watching, both of you. Oh, it shows 3. I don't know who else is here. Only thing with this is I can't, there's your pictures at the top, but I can't see. I can't see who they are. All right. Move this over here. All right, back to my guac. So a little bit of tomatoes or salsa or whatever you like. Just, I like to, mix it up a bit. And this is awesome. You can spread this in your burrito. You can put it in a quesadilla with cheese. So yummy. You can do a layered dip, layered Mexican dip. And that's done. So my guac's done. You saw how quick that is. And way less expensive than buying it in the little containers, I must say. The only drawback is I was going to say the only drawback is you got to wait till make sure that your avocados are ripe. But I have used frozen. I've bought the frozen avocado. It works. So there, done. So like I said, I'm not going to eat this right now, but it'll be nice later with some Tostitos, or maybe I'll take another soft tortilla and roll it up with some of that. So now what I'm going to do is I have already my tortilla here. I've grated some cheese. This is a medium cheddar that I used. And in this bowl, which I've warmed up, is my refried beans. My recipe for this, the whole video to make refried beans, is on my YouTube channel on Maurie's Home Kitchen. So check that out. I also always put a little layer of brown rice. I cook my brown rice and I add whatever I like of my Mexican seasonings. So in this brown rice, I know I put some vegetable broth and I put some fajita spice. So there's that. So I don't take too much refried beans because it doesn't agree with me, but I love the rice. So I'm just gonna, normally it's refried beans and then a layer of rice. Ooh, a little jalapeno in my refried beans. I'm down. Very good. All right, so there's that. And then I have the meat that I made the other night, the enchilada beef. Now you can make this completely vegetarian. You can make it with chicken. You can do pulled pork, whatever tickles your fancy, right? Anybody else in here? No. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little layer of the beef. And this was great. I made it with the package, and I had about 2 pounds, and it was literally cooked in my round steamer in 6 minutes. So it was awesome. That's the way you want to make dinner when especially if you're coming home from work or you're time starved. You want something quick, and this is quick. Make ahead, make your rice ahead, make your refried beans. You can freeze. You can freeze your pinto beans when you cook them, or use canned, whatever you like. Where am I next? I have just a little bit, and listen, this makes me so happy because this is all that's left of my Feisty Coleslaw, and I'm using it up, and no waste, so that's bomb. Now, normally, I would add a little bit of sour cream, but because the coleslaw's creamy, I'm okay with that, just as it is. All right, so there's that. What is the last thing? I feel like I'm missing something. Hot sauce. I'm a spicy mama. Gotta have my hot sauce. And this one is my favorite for Mexican, Valentina. This is the harder one, but you can get the yellow label like this, that people that can't take too much heat but like the flavor of a hot sauce, go for the yellow one. Yellow label. So yummy. This is very popular in the States. Often wherever they're selling Mexican food, this is on the table. So I'm just gonna put a little in there. Just make my tum-tum happy. All right, so this is how I'm rolling. May have filled it too much. We're gonna see. I'm gonna take my spoon and push it back. It kind of reminds me of when I do summer rolls, my Thai summer rolls. So I'm gonna roll it and I'm gonna push it back in, because what happens now, and this is what we like, is we like to put it in a pan and brown it a little bit. And that's why the cheese was on the outside. So you either put it on the top layer or you put it on the bottom layer, because you want that cheese to melt. And so here I have my fry pan, dry, no oil. And I'm going to put it in there, seam side down. And that's it. I'm going to let it brown a little bit. And then I'm going to flip it over and brown the other side. And I will take some still pictures. I just want to pop on and show you what I was making for dinner. Everybody always oversells it. You know, your eyes are bigger than your stomach, always. One burrito for me for a meal is enough. For someone that has a bigger appetite or is able to eat more, you would want to maybe make 2, or if you get the really large burrito tortillas, then you would only maybe want one. One of the things that I absolutely adore in a burrito, rather than ground beef, is shrimp. And if you're a shrimp lover like me, all I do is I take my shrimp and I cook them in a little bit of butter, just a bit, and some fajita seasoning. Beautiful. Put it in your burrito. You're going to thank me later. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. And thanks for watching. And just a quick hello from me and my take on guacamole and a burrito. All right. Take good care. Have a good evening.